It's happened. Eagles trade Carson Wentz. Sports talk now with the Grizz. That's right. The Philadelphia Eagles send Wentz to the Colts for a third round pick in this year's NFL draft and a future 2022 conditional second round pick. Meaning the Eagles get a first rounder. The Eagles get a first rounder if the Eagles will get a first round pick in 2022 if Carson Wentz plays in 75% of the games as a member of the Indianapolis Colts. So there's the trade. Wentz to the Colts for 2 draft picks, a third rounder in 21, and a conditional second round pick. So, I'm a little shocked by this trade. I thought he was going to the Bears for sure. But, the former coach on the Eagles Super Bowl team, Frank Reich, is the head coach of the Colts. And that's why the Philadelphia Eagles traded Wentz to the Colts, because Frank Reich wanted Carson Wentz as his quarterback. The Colts, remember, have Philip Rivers, who retired, was their quarterback this past season. So Rivers will retire and Wentz becomes the quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts, who have gone from having a franchise quarterback in Andrew Luck to then having Philip Rivers. Now they will have Carson Wentz as the quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts in 2021 season. So there you go. It's done. It's done. It happened. Carson Wentz has been traded. It's 12:24 in the afternoon here in Philadelphia, and the snow/ice is falling, okay? It's snow and sleet here in Philly. I would love to go live from the Rocky Steps, but I was definitely told not to do that. It's something that's been on my bucket list, is to broadcast live in a snowstorm from the Rocky Steps, but the conditions out there are very icy. So therefore, I will not be live at the Rocky Steps on this day. I will, however, be live at 10 p.m. tonight with Grizz Welcomes You. That's right. The name of the show is Grizz Welcomes You. And I welcome you to call in tonight. So at 10 p.m. East Coast time, I would love to have you come in the room and I can invite you up as a caller. So there you go. Here's Mark in Chicago checking in with us. Mark has arrived after this big trade of Carson Wentz for a third round pick and a second round pick. There you go, Mark. It's a done deal. It's happened. Carson Wentz is gone. Jalen Hurts, the Eagles starting quarterback on opening day, but I think they'll draft another quarterback. Honestly, I honestly believe, Mark, they will draft a quarterback this year. I think they will. You know what, Mark? I have no idea yet, Mark. I haven't had a chance to listen to talk radio, but you know what? Let's do it. Alexa, play Sports Radio 94 WIP.
Sports Radio 94 WIP from radio.
Let's join them in progress. Here we go.
We traded Sam Thinking Bradford, who didn't just have one bad year. He's never had a good year, for a first-round pick. I think it was 16th overall. We traded A.J. Fury in 02 for a high second-round pick, where we got Reggie Brown, to get a late third-round pick, which is basically a fourth-round pick, and a second, maybe a one for Wentz.
Well, when you say don't, I wouldn't say it like maybe a one. It feels like a one.
Yeah, but still, it's next year and everything, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that should have been a guarantee this year. I don't think that.
But Anthony, here's the problem with your argument. If Bill Belichick doesn't want to offer more,
and 10 other teams that need a quarterback don't want to offer more because they don't think the quarterback's that good, and they don't think he's willing to want to play for their team. What do you want the Eagles to do?
So with that said, right? Like I'm saying,
maybe this past year he might have, Mark. Yeah, he might have.
He handled this whole situation just like
Alexa, stop. Well, the caller there just brought up Sam Bradford. Remember him, Sam Bradford? The Eagles traded him. And Sam Bradford was nothing but a bum. But the Eagles traded Sam Bradford. Remember that trade? So, the Eagles have done some things over the course of time. The bottom line is the Eagles have to draft a quarterback with the first pick. The quarterback that I personally love would be two guys. Trevor Lawrence is one, okay? Trevor Lawrence is one of those quarterbacks the Eagles should look at very carefully. The other one is Mac Jones. Mac Jones. So we'll see. We'll see if they go after these guys. I'm pretty sure that's his name. I should fire up my Madden and find out. I can go on my Madden game and look at the quarterbacks that were drafted, and I can tell you. You know what the problem is, though, with the Madden game? It don't tell you what round they were drafted in, man. I'm telling you, they need to put more information in that game. It doesn't tell you where they were drafted, and I already probably lost the information of the first round draft picks. So, but I think it's Mac Jones is the guy. I'll look up the draft. Hold on, quarterbacks in the NFL draft. Let's see. Top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL draft in 2021. Okay. Eagles have the 6th pick in the NFL draft. They have to get a quarterback with that now. Unless they move into the first round with some kind of other trade. You know what I'm saying? The Eagles draft 6. So Trevor Lawrence will probably be gone. I don't see the Jets drafting a quarterback. I don't see the Dolphins drafting a quarterback because they have Tua. I would think if anybody's going to draft a quarterback, the Jaguars will probably take Trevor Lawrence. Top 5 quarterback prospects in the NFL draft.
No picks have been made in the 2000.
Come on, dude. Give me a scouting report on quarterbacks available in the draft.
I found this on the web.
Here we go. Quarterback rankings. Let's see. Trevor Lawrence is the number 1 quarterback, Mark. Well, the Eagles need a wide receiver. I'm thinking Chase. What's his name? The guy Chase. He's the wide receiver. I'll tell you his name in a minute here. Okay. The Eagles could wind up, with Jamar Chase. That's it, from LSU. Or they might wind up with Zach Wilson, a quarterback, or Justin Fields. Justin Fields of Ohio State is available. There you go. That's who the Eagles need to go get, is Justin Fields. They really need to go get Justin Fields, Mark. There you go. That's the guy the Eagles should get, is quarterback Justin Fields. But Jamar Chase is a guy who's a wide receiver they might get too. Jamar Chase, the Eagles could use help on wide receiver. Maybe you'll go with Jalen Hurts and you sign a good, solid backup for him. Or you develop that kid that the Eagles have talked about. His name is, the backup quarterback. Nate Sudfeld. Nate Sudfeld would be the backup for Hurts. Maybe that's what they do. Well, Jalen Hurts would throw to the wide receiver. Or Nate Sudfeld. Sudfeld's the backup. We're going to have Jalen Hurts unless they trade him for a pick. I don't know. Why would you trade Jalen Hurts after you trade Carson Wentz, though? That would just be stupid. I mean, because if you go and trade Jalen Hurts, you better trade the first pick, number 6, and Jalen Hurts and get the number 1 overall pick, and then take Trevor Lawrence as your quarterback. I don't know when NFL free agency starts, though. I don't know when you could actually sign an NFL free agent. I'm not sure when that starts. That's the thing. The draft is coming up in April, so Who's the hottest free agent right now in the NFL? I don't even know this stuff. Let's take a look. Let's go and let's. When does NFL free agency open up? NFL free agency start date.
I'm not sure when the next Super Bowl 55 is. The Buccaneers defeated the Chiefs in the last one on the 7th of February, 2000. My apologies.
All right, we need to go. Let me type it in here. Alexa, when does NFL free agency start?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, March 18, 2020 at 4 p.m. New York time.
Alexa, when does the 2021 NFL free agency start?
Sorry, I don't know that.
Alexa, you're useless. Go away. You're fired.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Alexa, you're fired. Piece of trash. Can't even get me the answer. Anyway, Alexa's not worth a damn time. Can't even help me with my answer.
With the damn is not o'clock time.
Will you shut up? Yeah. Alexa, you're fired.
Oh, man.
Anyway, all right. So let's move on from that. Enough of the Alexa stuff. The Carson Wentz move definitely puts the Eagles in a need for a quarterback. Where are they going to get one besides Jalen Hurts from? Nate Sudfeld. That's the guy they'd have to develop, He's on the roster. That's the only move the Eagles can make. So I don't know when free agency is, Mark. But they need to sign a quarterback, and they need to sign one quick because they don't have the bullets to trade for another quarterback. This isn't Madden where you could trade whatever the hell you want. You know what I'm saying? In Madden, you could trade whatever the heck you want. You could trade a lineman, you could trade a defensive tackle, you could trade a quarterback, you could trade your star running back, your star wide receiver. In real life, you got to go out there and sign somebody, or you got to draft somebody. So who knows? Who knows? Jalen Hurts, I guess, has to be your starting quarterback. Maybe they're going to work with him and they're going to try to develop him. Remember, the Eagles have a brand new head coach. I mean, I don't know. Chicago desperately. Wait a minute. How about Mitchell Trubisky? Didn't he finish the year pretty good? You don't think Mitchell Trubisky would be the guy? Well, if the Bears really want to spend the money or get, trade the pieces, they could trade for Houston Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson. I don't see the Eagles getting Deshaun Watson. What they going to give him? The 6th pick in a future 2? I mean, really, what are the Eagles going to give him to get Deshaun Watson? Oh, they cut ties with Trubisky? Oh, wow. I don't know who the Bears are going to get. Are they going to draft somebody? But they're not high up on the draft board. I think they fall. Let me see where they fall. I just had it up. NFL Draft 2021.
No picks have been made in the 2021 NFL.
The Bears draft, Mark. Bears draft way down in no man's land. They're at number 20. They can't get a quarterback at number 20. They got number 20. What are they going to do? Send the Eagles 20 and something else? I mean, maybe they have somebody that could send the Eagles with 20 and get I don't know who, though, but I guess they could send somebody, Yeah, with the 20th pick, you're not going to get a solid quarterback. You're going to get some guy. It's a gamble. I mean, you pick a quarterback at 20, you're going to get yourself a gamble because Fields is going to be gone. Trevor Lawrence is going to be gone. Yeah, the Bears will find a way. I mean, they probably got to trade like one of their star players. That's all. You're going to have to trade either a future draft picks. I mean, you'll probably get like a scrubby type quarterback. Let's see. Let's think of a name. Think of Case Keenum or maybe Cam Newton or something like that. I don't know. Somebody like that the Bears are going to get. I know Cam Newton ain't no prize, but, maybe you can get somebody else's backup. I don't know. Chase Daniel or somebody like that. Wasn't Chase Daniel with the Bears for a hot minute? Mark, there's only so many good quarterbacks available. Foles, I wouldn't trust Foles with the starting job, but the Bears are crazy. Foles has proven he's nothing but a backup, man. The guy's garbage. Yeah, Foles is, you know what, man? Foles is, dude, he won a Super Bowl for the Eagles because he was a backup, man. And he got lucky. He got really lucky to win that Super Bowl. Nick Foles is not a talented quarterback, okay? The guy really isn't that good. I mean, he's really just a subpar guy, you know? He got lucky to win the Super Bowl. He also had a good offensive line. You had, Kelsey as center who's starting to age now. The Eagles are in trouble. I'll tell you that right now. The Eagles are in trouble these next 2 seasons going to be tough to be an Eagles fan. They get a wide receiver in DeMar Chase at number 6, okay? Then what they're going to do is they're going to have to put Nate Suffolk in there with DeMar Chase and hope it works out, unless you really want to try to work with Hurts. But I'm telling you, Eagles are probably going to have to sign a veteran backup quarterback. I mean, Andy Dalton maybe? I don't know. Because, the Cowboys should be getting back. Maybe Andy Dalton becomes available. I don't know, man. Roethlisberger's career is over. I mean, Big Ben ain't going to be your answer at quarterback. There's so many quarterbacks in football right now that they're a mess. Yeah, give it 3 years. You know what, Mark? Listen, as a Bears fan for you and as an Eagles fan for me, give it 3 years, man. Give it 3 years. I'll tell you what, I bet you'll be fighting a championship game in 3 years. Wait 3 years, Mark. That's it. Be patient, Be patient. This year, watch the kids develop and hope that everything works out. Ooh, Bears might get Fitzmagic. There you go. If you guys get Fitzmagic for the Bears, that would be a great pickup. There you go. So maybe that's who you guys get. Hey, listen, the Dolphins have a good draft pick. Maybe the Bears swing a trade with the Dolphins. Maybe the Bears call the Dolphins up and say, look, we'll give you pick 20. We'll give you a future number 2 pick and a future number 4 pick. You give us the pick. It's, number 2, I think, overall. And then you guys can wind up with a good quarterback. I don't know. I'm just thinking out of the box. Yeah, well, Fitzmagic, I don't know, Mark. I don't know what's going to happen with him, man. He could be the answer. I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen this season, Mark? Anything could happen. I mean, we're probably forgetting. How about Tyrod Taylor? There's a quarterback for you. Tyrod Taylor. Because you have one in San Diego already in Justin Herbert. So there's Fitzmagic. There's Tyrod Taylor. There's some quarterbacks out there that the Bears could potentially get. And there's some quarterbacks the Eagles could potentially get. Maybe somebody trades their quarterback for the 6th pick to the Eagles. But why would the Eagles trade the 6th pick for a quarterback would be beyond me. If you're going to go for a quarterback, take Fields from Ohio State. But look, who knows what's going to happen? I'm not a NFL beat reporter. I got to have the NFL Network. That's where you're going to find out is the NFL Network and NFL trade rumors. And, let me see what they got on NFL trade rumors here. We'll see. Let me pull it up and see what they say. You can always go find our good pal Pat Voss at Pat Voss Official. He'll tell you about the Bears. Pat Voss. There you go. There's a legend of wrestling right there. That guy, Pat Voss. Oh, man. You got to love it. Pat Voss. I wish that guy would call in right now and go, hey, everybody, it's me, Pat Voss, here live at the Pat Voss Studios. Oh, man. Well, right. You'd have to get one of the elite quarterbacks, not Tom Brady, though, but somebody good, You'd have to get Sam Darnold for the 6th pick or something, And who knows if Darnold's even the guy. All right, here's a mock draft. I have a mock draft, Mark. Here we go. We're going to do some work here. There's a mock draft I found. The Jets They have a lot of options. The Jets have a lot of options. They have the second overall pick. Okay? The decision comes down to Wilson versus Sam Darnold. So they're thinking that this kid Wilson gets drafted by the Jets at number 2. At number 3, they think the Dolphins will take an offensive lineman. Here you go. Eagles could get Trey Lance a quarterback, Mark. Trey Lance could be the guy. For the Eagles, it's saying that they're going to take the tight end Pitts. Why would they take a tight end at number 6? Why the hell would you take a tight end at number 6? This is crazy. Yeah, this guy's out of his mind. This guy's totally out of his mind, man. You're going to tell me the Eagles are going to draft a tight end at 6 when Jamar Chase is out there? If the Eagles listen to what this guy says, crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. He's trying to say that the Eagles are going to take Kyle Pitts at tight end at 6. He doesn't even have Jamar Chase in the top 10 here. What's this guy, off his rocker? Oh, hold on. He has Jamar Chase off the board to the Miami Dolphins at 3. He actually likes Jamar Chase going at the Dolphins at 3. Well, if he's gone, then the Eagles, I guess, are going to. But why would you waste it on a tight end? Get Jalen Waddle, a wide receiver. Drop down in the draft and get Jalen. What the Eagles could do is trade the 6th pick for the 10th pick with the Cowboys and take your guy at 10. Well, this guy claims he's some kind of expert, and this is his mock draft. Guy's off his rocker, though, dude. He's off his rocker. Yeah. Guy's off his rocker, man. Yeah, I mean, at this point, you know what? If the Eagles take a tight end, man, I'm telling you, I'll be on here raving about it. Not very happy about it. I actually like the tight end Pat Vermouth. That's a tight end I like, is Pat Vermouth. If you're going to take a tight end at number 6, take Pat Vermouth. But what I would do is trade down to the 20th pick with the Bears and get Vermouth at 20. That makes more sense for the Eagles. You're going to go get this guy. I just don't understand it. This Pitts guy. I mean, come on. Now, I don't know. I'm going to have to talk to people about this Pitts guy and see what they feel. Mark, by the way, Mark, if you want to get on that Clubhouse app, they have a really good sports room. I was actually moderating it yesterday. I actually was the guy that was hosting the segment. We went down a list of things. We talked about the Cubs. We talked about the Bears. We talked about the NFL, the NBA, the MLB. We covered all these bases in one room yesterday. I spent a solid hour in there just covering all these different topics. And I had guys that are doing radio jobs, guys who are in the radio business for a living that were tuned in. And they were answering my questions. And, man, it was a good time over on Clubhouse, I'll tell you. I mean, Haps is nothing like Clubhouse. Because on Haps, you go into a room, there's no sports conversation. Haps really needs a really strong sports show on here at all times. There needs to be somebody on here covering sports throughout the day. I should be able to jump into a room and have a sports guy, It was a blast, having all those guys. What you do is over there's no video, there's no video, no chat room. All there is people calling in. So what you do is you mute your microphone when everybody else is talking. So what I did was I said to them, give me who's going to win Name the team that's going to win the NFC East next. So it doesn't matter if it's 10 years from now. I want to know what team is going to win the NFL East next. And the question was posed, and they said the Giants. But everybody unmuted their microphone, took their turn, giving me a team, and the majority of them said Giants. And, of course, I believe it's going to be the Eagles. I don't see the Giants getting another one, even though Joe Judge is a good head coach. And besides Joe Judge being a good head coach, let me tell you something. Saquon Barkley's coming back for the Giants. He's a big game changer. I see somebody just joined us here from Detroit. No, it's not Detroit. But welcome in. If only I could see your name a little bigger. But welcome in. How you doing today? So anyway, we're here to talk sports. I hate this chat room set up, honestly, anymore. You know, Periscope, it's nice and big. I can see the chat. For some odd reason, when I come to Haps, the chat is so tiny. They made the video feed enormous. The video feed is enormous, and the chat is so tiny. My only advice to the folks that work in to build Haps to the next level, expand the comments so they're larger. People like me have bad eyes. I can't see that good. I got strong glasses on. And I can barely see the chat room. I got to bring it all the way into my eyes to see it. I mean, I apologize that I can't read your chat, but I have to bring it. Like, look, I want to read it, so I'm going to bring it in. Exactly. It's incredible tiny. The people who run Haps, if they want to make this a chat thing, blow up the chat room size so people can read it. Like, make it bold and make it bigger, okay? Because people like me, that's in my 40s, who have been eating a bunch of junk most of my life, my eyes are failing me at 44, okay? My eyes are starting to go. I got to wear glasses to see. So, you know, that's the problem I face, okay? Hey, what's up? I got to get you on Haps too there, sis. I got to get you on Haps. I mean, not Haps, on Clubhouse. Because, you know, this way, I got to get some people on Clubhouse. Got to work this out. They told me the only way I could do it is I got to send a text, my phone number. I need to have people's phone numbers to invite them to Clubhouse. That's the only thing that I'm having a problem with is I need to get their phone numbers. In order for me to invite you to Clubhouse, I need your phone number. So, sis, I'm going to have Melissa invite you because she has 2 invites. So she has 2 invites because I invited her, and she has 2 invites, and then we'll go from there. So there you go. But yeah, it's not a public show. You gotta be on the app of Clubhouse to hear what I'm doing over there, or I could simulcast it, you know, and this way you could hear my callers on Clubhouse. I would tell them I'm filming a podcast, you know. I'm filming a live podcast. That's like the rules over there are a little, you know, they don't want you really filming it, like, you know. But I'll tell you what, Mark, you know what, since you're here, I'll tell you what I did. I'm going to share it with you here. I taped some of our conversation yesterday. So right now, for Mark and everybody else in the room, I want you to take a listen to what a great conversation we had yesterday. If this thing ever opens up here, it's telling me it's going to open up, and now it's telling me it's not. Hold on, here we go. Take a listen, guys. Here it is, yesterday. Let me bring up the file here. Here we go. Let's play it.
I would put Roger Clemens.
Take a listen.
Clemens and Bonds need to be in the Hall of Fame. I think it's ridiculous that they're not.
Guys, I want to ask you about Clayton Kershaw. His numbers, 175 wins, a career ERA of 2.43. Do you think Kershaw is a shoo-in for the Hall of Fame based on 8 more years in his career at least?
I think he's a shoo-in for the Hall of Fame right now. He doesn't need 8 more years. Yeah, he was getting it before they won the title. Like, he's the best pitcher of this generation.
I agree with that too, 100%. 100%.
Some of us would argue, some Giants fan would argue that Madison Bumgarner won more than Kershaw. He doesn't quite have the ERA, but he has the wins, and he did a tremendous sit out in a couple of years. Let everybody. I'm a Giants fan, so I'm biased. So let everyone thoughts on.
Yeah, I'm not a Giants fan. Massive Bumgarner carried teams to championships. He deserves to be it.
Yeah. Too. Yeah, I agree. His cards, by the way, his PSA 10 graded cards are giveaways. I mean, you can buy them for less than $100.
That's a little clip from Clubhouse. I don't want to give too much away here, but yeah. Mark, have you been over there to Clubhouse or no? Have you been there yet? Because I would love to get an invite sent your way. We can figure that out here, how I can get you an invite, because honestly, Mark, I think you'll enjoy it. The way it works is, like I said, you could go into a room and you don't have to call in, okay? You have the option of calling in. They call it you being put on stage, okay? So the way they work it at Clubhouse is you get invited to go on stage, and then you can talk, and then when you're done, you mute your microphone, and then I talk, and then I would mute my microphone, and then you would talk again. And, you know, when you're finished, you mute your microphone. That's how you do it over there. Okay, we'll work that out, Mark. I'll have you set up with an invite by the end of the day. I'll make sure you get one. Because, like I say, you know, even if you're just in the audience listening, Mark, it's a good thing. And, you know, like I said, you can meet a lot of interesting people. I met a couple guys in the radio business there. Matter of fact, we had a very important guy who came in. He was a Boston sports writer, and he knew the whole story about Kurt Schilling, and he actually knew a former player, and he was telling us the story. Like I said, I don't want to play the whole clip right now, but, you know, you trust me. They have this great room. They made me a moderator in it, and they basically were looking for somebody to host a segment. So I jumped up there, and that was a clip of, I asked them a bunch of questions, and the one that you heard me mention was Clayton Kershaw, and I felt like he's the guy that can get 300 wins. He has 175 wins right now. I feel like Clayton Kershaw's the guy. Being with the Dodgers, he's only 32 years old. I feel like the guy has a crack at winning 300. And the reason why, I feel like he can win 25 games this year. When you look at the Dodgers roster, man, oh man, I mean, seriously, you know? So, yeah, I'll work it out with you, Mark. I'll get you that invite over there, then I'll send it over to you. But, yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy what's happening. But, Mark, here's the thing. You can download the app. Okay, let me explain to you how you do this. Anybody listening to me out there right now can go and download the Clubhouse app, okay? But you need an iPhone, okay? You have to have an iPhone. That's the only way. There's no NFs about it. The Clubhouse app is exclusively for iPhones, okay? So right now, if you go and download it, you can create your username on Clubhouse. Once I send you an invite, you click that invite, and that'll give you instant access to it. And then once you're on, you could tell me, like I said, this is for Mark only here. But Mark, once you're on, you could tell me, and then I could set you up with a real quick class. Like, you know, I'll open up a room. I'll teach you how to do things. Because if they ever make you a moderator in the room, you need to know how to, like, work the moderating powers. You really don't use the moderating powers, but it's good to know. And, you know, there's all kinds of fan clubs on there. I mean, it's amazing the different types of fan clubs you can find. I'm actually going to run a Party Zone show later this afternoon. I might even pop open a drink or two today since it's a snow day. So we'll see. Okay, so you already downloaded and you are on the waiting list, right? Okay, good deal. Good deal. Yeah. So Bobby Shadow is the man that hooked us up. And Bobby Shadow had me come in to take a class. And, you know, he taught me the ropes of how to work Clubhouse. So this way I don't go on there like, you know, like a lost puppy. He taught me everything I needed to know. And then last night, he had me in there with a couple of admins, and they taught me even more of the ropes of Clubhouse. So now we've gotten to the point that I'm pretty much a Clubhouse pro after 3 days. I already know how to work the whole damn thing after 3 days, and I'm having a blast on this thing. Obviously, I'm not on it right now because I can only do halves on this phone. So, you know, I'll be on there a little bit, though. Oh, in one room, Mark. In one room, I spent yesterday over 5 hours. Okay, there's a guy in the sports card room by the name of Tony. Okay, Tony was an executive with Upper Deck Sports Cards, and the stories that Tony was telling was absolutely amazing. He's friends with Goldberg. He's friends with Dan Marino. I mean, man, he was telling us so many stories, and I even at one point intervened and I said, you know what, Tony? I said, I want to thank you for what you did for baseball cards. And they were telling me, like, my card, my Bo Jackson card is worth some money. They told me everything I needed to know to look it up. I mean, these guys were amazing. You know, I thought I had a book of baseball cards that aren't worth trash. They were like, no, 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 bud. They're like, that card is a unique card, the Bo Jackson card. They told me not to sell it. They said, hold on to it because they're trying to bring baseball cards and collectible cards back into a mass marketing situation. Topps and some other companies are working on plans to bring back the cards. They're going to have a major marketing campaign. And these guys told me they flipped the cards. They'll buy one from eBay, and it's a UFC card, they said, that's worth the most money right now. He was talking about it, the one guy, saying that a Conor McGregor card with the Irish flag behind him is worth a lot of money. He said just to buy it, you have to spend like $2,000. But he said, you know what? You'll turn that $2,000 into $4,000 within 6 months because the value of these cards keep going up. I learned a lot from listening to these guys yesterday. Really knowledgeable dudes. And I had a blast. And I said they let me moderate the segment there where I basically hosted the whole 15-minute segment. And we had a blast, you know. And like I said, I got to meet the guy who was a big-time Boston sports writer. And that was nice, you know. Like we were talking about Kurt Schilling being turned down from the Hall of Fame. And we got into it, trust me. I wasn't going to not ask the hard-hitting questions. I was asking questions about that. What I wanted to know from everybody is, did they feel that Kurt Schilling was screwed? And I'll tell you what, the Boston writer said it himself. He said, I want Kurt Schilling in the Hall of Fame. So there goes to show you that he has support from people to get in there. So, you know, we could be here for days debating that about, you know, Kurt Schilling on the field. But they also brought up the point that Pete Rose, who's the hits leader of baseball, should also be immediately put in the Hall of Fame. They said the commissioner of baseball should go and just automatically stick Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame because the guy achieved that hits record. So, you know, don't get me started on it because I'm very passionate. And, you know, he's a Philly guy, and I'm very, very supportive of Pete Rose being in the Hall of Fame. You know what? The guy made a mistake, but he still should be in the Hall of Fame. And that's pretty much where this whole the train stops there. Pete Rose needs to be in the Hall of Fame. It's simple. And Kurt Schilling needs to be in the Hall of Fame. Stop the bullshit and look at the numbers these men put up. These men deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. You know, it's not about what you do as a human being. It's what you do on the baseball field that they're honoring you for. You know, give people a chance. That's the problem with the world, man. I'll tell you, the world today, I can be here for hours talking about today's world. After the passing of Rush Limbaugh, which I talked about in depth yesterday, the world today, people don't give people fair chances. They make a mistake, and they come out and they say, look, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. I really legitimately feel bad about this. Give them another chance. You're only here in this world for maybe 70, 80 years on average. Some people don't even see their 50th birthday. Some people don't see their 30th birthday. It's just the way the world is, you know, but you need to give people a chance in this world for crying out loud. Hi, Harry. How are you? You know, that's the thing about it. You know, it's the bottom line is you need to give people chances. You know, people mess up and they actually, some people really legitimately regret the mistakes they made in life. You know, sometimes somebody doesn't think and they make a blanket statement. You know, if they come out and they legitimately tell you, hey, look, I feel horrible about it. I know I made a mistake. And then you start over with that person. I know that if somebody does it over and over again, and you get sick of it. But the point is, people make mistakes. We're not perfect. We weren't put on earth to be perfect. We're humans, born to make mistakes. My favorite song, I'm only human, born to make mistakes. That's a great song. Bottom line is, though, people realize after a while that, you know what, there's more to life. There's more to life. And I still say it again today. Rest in peace, Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh was a mentor. He was a good guy. All his friends were on Fox yesterday saying about everything that he did for them. And you know what? That's good. He was loyal to his friends. God bless his soul. Okay? Let the man rest in peace. I heard some stories that people are going over these message boards and saying bad things about the man. The man is deceased now. Let him rest in peace. Okay? Let him rest. He suffered enough on this earth, okay? He did his penance. He suffered for 12 months, I believe it was. The man suffered with lung cancer, though. That's not easy, okay? So he served his penance. And I know that when that man let go and finally left this world, he was at peace and he knew he made a mistake when he made mistakes. People will come to peace and they will make sure that they do things to own up to their mistakes. And that's where it takes a strong person to say, hey, I made a mistake. I own it. Okay. You have to own up to your mistakes. We all make bad decisions in this world. Everybody makes a bad decision. Okay. Don't tell me nobody makes bad decisions, because everybody at one point in their life, they did something that they kind of wish they could take back, and that's it. So that's pretty much a wrap, though. I've been here for 42 minutes. It was great to be on with Vanita this morning. She's down in Florida, and she's trying to get to Australia. She was telling me where her fiance is. But it was awesome to be on with her this morning and get to know another new person here. It's always about making new connections. That's what this is about. You're here to connect with new folks, get to find people. It's interesting because I didn't tell Vanita this, but I used to have friends who were from India, and their names were Sim, Rucky. They were two of my best pals, Sim and Rucky. They worked at Dunkin' Donuts. Sim was the counter man, and Rucky used to make the donuts. And me and my buddy used to go in there probably 4, 5, 6 times a month, and we'd sit in there and we'd talk with Sim and Rucky. I'd go in the back where Rucky was making the donuts and go visit him back there. Sim would let me go behind the counter and talk to him. And believe it or not, one day we took a picture together. Me, Sim, Rucky, and Sim's wife. I don't know what her name was, but we took a picture together. And my buddy, he made a poster of it. He thought it was the greatest picture ever. So, I love meeting new people. That's my big thing. I love networking. I want to hear the people's stories. Vanita's got a great story there. She met her love of her life, who she'll be marrying in the future, on Periscope. How about that story? That's awesome, isn't it? They found love on Periscope. Her fiance lives in Australia, and she's going to be moving there with them once they clear her to leave America with the COVID. They won't let you go leave America, so she has to wait, but she's down in Florida. And I told her, I said, I'm going to be coming to Orlando in the near future. So maybe one day before she leaves for Australia, we'll do a meetup in Florida. I really want to get a huge meetup in Florida going. My dream is that we're sitting down at a restaurant, a big group of people getting to know one another, exchanging stories. That's what I want to do. I want to put a big meetup in Florida together, because I'm going to be moving to Florida, and that's going to be my new headquarters. So there you go. All righty. I got to get on out of here. I've been here too long. But I'll be back tonight at 10 p.m., and I look forward to hearing everybody's phone calls and stories tonight at 10. So think about a good story, and I love to hear it tonight. I'll see you at 10 p.m. Peace.